in the Southeast Asia region. And for the picks of the hero, maybe I would like to see a few signature picks that we have seen before in the lineup and everything. And for this match for today, GPX Basreng gets the chance to be in the first pick here. For banning out a few heroes, maybe it can also lead up to some classic picks or classic bands. For example, like maybe the Matilda or maybe the Angela for a lot more here. For Bigetron era, a lot of teams are actually ready here to see which heroes are going to be banned out, and so far it's a respect ban from GPS Basreng banning out the Baksha used by Taunt yesterday.
Yeah, and I think like for GPX Basreng having these kind of thing, I think like the side of Susugoja, we are having a different kind of perspective here from Bigetron's sides. Not only from the coach, the manager, it also have the sub coach as well. So from Bigetron era, they're having a lot of hats here to improve on their sides. Well, for GPX Basreng now believing on what they know with the Basha band along with the 1-1 band. So it's respecting one each other. Like Bigetron, they don't want to see Chin Chao using that 1-1. We saw that one, and she is strong using that hero. Well, for Bigetron, they're not allowing FIFA to play comfortably with the hero that she's been using lately with that Basha. Aside of that, I think like GPS Basreng also aiming for getting that Guinevere on their hand, since we know yesterday they are playing really well, and deciding on comfortable pick or bans here and respecting the orders is just like looking good.
Okay, after that, both teams has banned out for this, and even next is the Matilda back again with that support hero, just closing it off because it would just be a menace. Try to open up the map here and just gives on more support on how an in and out strategy during
They just
their war
basically
is up.
don't want Vivian to play the Matilda on the rank. It's just like doing a rank match using the Matilda on the side of Team Bigetron era. But yeah, a joy ban is also coming from the side of GPX Basreng. We do realize how flexible it is to have the joy. It can be used by Fumi, it can be used by Chinzi, or even Fival. So it's very, very over the strategy. And now Bigetron era banning over the Guinevere is kind of predictable because GPX Basreng was actually aiming for that one in my perspective, because we can tell that how they are banning over respectful heroes towards Bigetron era along with the Valentina. They just don't want this GPX to able to get it, especially for the sake on their hand, in the hand of Funi.
Okay, other than that, from Bigetron, GPX Basreng getting that Diggy would be a great leap as the one of the first picks of it. And for Bigetron era, maybe that it would be a nice pick on a Bruno or maybe a Valentina would also come in handy, but they goes to choose the Novaria for that, in fact.
Actually, it's a question here. Why they are like prioritizing over the DG? What is the purpose that they are having? Because I think like for the DG itself, yes, it's a very good one. But why they are picking over this? Are they gonna be doing a lot of CC's hero? That's why they try to deny it, or they just want to? Okay, I want to babysit whoever stays in the gold lane with the alarm bomb, so it will cause a lot of trouble in the laning stage. Or maybe they just want to have the DG to control the opponent's movement, since lately we saw a lot of CC or even big AoE skills that is being picked with the heroes that is available. But Arlott along with the Bruno, that is the one that being picked here by GPX. But forgive me, but actually the skins makes me quiet distracted because it's easily switch with the others here. That's why I was like sometimes getting confused over Bruno or even Nolan and everything else.
It's okay, but then again, Bigetron era has secured the Yuzhong. Well, we all know how the Yuzhong is played out here for actually utilizing the player from Bigetron era. I think he will match on to the full potential here.
Yeah.
So a lot of AoE control, a lot of the heroes can jump into the back line knowing that they just don't want the Bruno to advance that much. They need to press it down first and hope for the best, I guess. Next on, they ban off the Faramis. Again, another support centric, one of the heroes that you can actually prolong the game again. So let's just close it down. We don't want to go up against that, and we also don't want to lose that hero too. So let's just close it.
Yeah. Well, the Angela ban here is also like looking really good. But the Varamis ban, they just like try to avoid every single possibility that can be built up by GPX Basreng because they don't want to have like prolonged movement with the presence coming from the dragon tail and also the black dragon form by this Yuzong to be able to dive into the backline of the GPX Basreng. But I do feel for GPX, they might be going for a tanky one here in the terms of jungle. They might be going for an Akai or even going for a different kind of things. But Akai directly being banned as a predicted hero that might be picked by the side of GPX Basreng. While for GPX, directly eliminating hero that can be an opponent, but Retail is still available though.
Other than Irithel,
Khalid is there.
yes, Khalid, the Brody would actually be a great pick if you want to go out in the gold lane. But then again, it's quite a tricky thing. If you pick up the Roamer, GPX Basreng can kind of like counter react to that on the damaged heroes. But then again, if you try to pick the gold laner first, they will try to counteract with that too, because the jungler and the middle lane from GPX Basreng hasn't really been revealed.
Well, I think like for now, for Bigetron era, they might be going for the better going for the gold lane rather than going for the roamer, because the roamer can be flexed for this one. I mean, like they already know who is the opponent for this, so definitely they are gonna be going for that. But Martis is also a very good option for GPX Basreng with the entire CC. With this kind of lineup, they might be going for early aggressive movement from GPX. I wasn't expecting this, but looking good so far by the side of GPX Basreng. Bigetron era might want to think about who is going to be a best roamer for this. But the other hero, I think that they need quite strong hero to stage up. Uranus or maybe a wait. Okay, for Lilia pick is already good one to burst up the damage and maybe continuing the war here. I thought it would be like a far shot, maybe this another kind of hero. But Bigetron era Hilda as last pick, that would be good for checking over the bushes.
Oh, other than checking on the bushes, it just really gives out a headstrong vibe here. So it will be a team fight heavy centric way of getting out to this. But then again, this is the moment that we are trying to see. Both Indonesian teams are trying to duke it out and try to find who will be crowned and just advances on to the grand finals.
And the grand final later on, it will be best of 5 series.
It will be a longer match. It will be more of a hot take again. So, wow, really can't wait for tomorrow.
But we still on this match, we still don't know who is gonna be advancing into the grand finals with the draft that they have been doing for this first game. I'm curious what is gonna be the result. Both of them have their weakness and strong point. Like, they really need to be careful over the movement that they will try to decide. And I think they really need to win on the first 2 minutes. If the 2 minutes they are able to snowball, especially towards that Martis, GPX will have a lot of lead and it will be good on their draft. But if it's not, it might be BTR era who that is going for the movement here.
Okay, after all of this judgment and also the 10 heroes has been picked, let's go into match number 3 for today. GPX Basreng versus Bigetron era.
Ho ho ho! Well, for this one, to be honest, I don't like how the draft coming from the side of Bigetron era. Yes, I do like how it's the pick coming from the Martes here, and also like coming from the side of that Arlot. But I do feel like picking over a lot of squishy hero is also scary. If they're just like what I've mentioned, if they're able to snowball in the early stage, it will be a huge game for GPX. But if it's not, Bigetron era with that Fredrin, with that Yuzhong, it's easily to go into backline of the side of GPX. So I really want to know what kind of things that they will try to show for this.
Okay, but so far everyone is just roaming up there again, trying to find a great way of reverse time, pulling the Hilda in again. But still calm and collected, Chinzi trying to support in because knowing that Chinchao is in a very low HP. And even Tall is getting supported and burst down right here.
Yeah. I think like the early stage, they will try to zone out, they will try to do something, but Fredrin's movement is actually diving into the side of JPX Basreng. But JPX was also answering that with another movement, like Caramel, able to secure the gold buff in the bottom lane. Fumi is pretty low. Are they going to be going for that? The decimation will be enough to get the first blood on the hand of JPX Basreng. This is a good start for JPX.
Yeah. The moment for the snowballing has started, but the question is, can you keep on continue doing that? So let's just see. The turtle cam is risen here for the first one, and it's just going to start to duke it out. Caramel getting placed in for 3 people. Even that appraisal wrath is just booming in on time. Vivian is being the sandbag here, getting into 3 people with the final slash, sweeping them all up. But then again, still focused on the turtle with Vivo pulling to Bigetron era's side, but I think they won't continue to take a leap here, and that is just a secure free turtle without any big contest.
Yeah, you know what? Like the way that they are knowing where to do and where to go is just like looking good. Like Caramel was trying to go into the turtle pit to see what and check what is actually going on there. Well, we know that actually the rest of the player from GPX is not ready to do anything or even going for a war. Well, and for that, Bigetron able to secure a kill towards Caramel is a huge thing for the side of Bigetron itself. But now Tall, this is the thing about having the squishy support to go against a Hilda. Hilda will definitely try to poke him, try to zone it out, try to put a lot of pressure, and Chinchao along with Tall definitely will try to get back as soon as possible, but Vivian might be the one that is getting caught right here. Tall will be taken down in the hand of Vivo, but aside of that one, they're just exchanging the kill of the support here, or the roamer. And now it's 2 for 2 with 3 minutes inside of the light of dawn. So far, the gold lead is slightly on the hand of Bigetron era, but on the top lane, it's not stopping them to go further forward. The base, the gold shield turret, but Tall going a little bit further to the back. Funi is being caged up right here. FIFA is still there. Caramel joining up the party. Chal, Chinzi, Vivian tried to back people up. Operations work already being opened, but Shell doing the third part memory just to push back the player of GPX and also clearing the way.
A lot of skills are gone out, and also Violet trying to push in also with hey, okay, flicker on for defensive move, final slash for a bit of a gain, but then again, it's just too powerful for Vivian to finish it all off.
And it's another stack for a Hilda. I mean, like the later game, the painful the Hilda is going to be, and for giving it towards a rumor, it's actually a huge gain for Vivian. To be honest, it's gonna be like that. And now, 1000 the gold lead ready side of Bigetron era. Chinzi finishing off the Enchanted Talisman here for the cooldown production, along with the mana regeneration for her to have and spamming more skills towards CPX.
Okay, Vivian tried to zone out Caramel and also Funi, and Fumi tries to help in with the Black Dragon form, charging in onto the back line so they will not be that clean or just that close to the turtle, and it's another secure one free for Bigetron era.
Yeah, Bigetron era now trying to get back a little bit Maybe it's trying to set up another thing, and Chinchao is not allowed to even farm. Look at that one. Look at the pressure that they try to give on this gold plate. They're clearing up the wave, giving them pressure, and even 3 members of Team GPX need to be forced on the stage, on the top lane here.
Okay, Vivo trying to initiate in with a lot of 4 players here getting in, all out onto Funi, and it is a killing spree for Vivo. And not to mention from the top there, Chinchao is getting targeted in with a flicker going on for a defensive move, leaving Vivian and also targeting onto Tal another flicker for a defensive move. But that is all they can give. They're trying to zone out in between tier 1 and turn 2 so they can get that turret, but Vivo is trying to target in onto Tal, getting that kill, but sadly it is not strong enough or that big of a damage, so Tal can still go back.
Look at that one. Actually, Caramel was trying so hard to put back the players from the side of Bigetron Era, but Bigetron Era with that non-stop movement will be securing Violet on the hand of this player. I mean, like, Chinzy and also Vivian, just like Chinzy is like opening up the vision, right? And Vivian is like, okay, I'm gonna go for this bush so I can go and checking over the opponent. Look at that, Caramel still able to secure the orange buff, but the pressure, you see the presence coming from Bigetron Era, it's just like, it's everywhere on the map.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's disturbing. But Fumi, I think we'll be picked up for this.
Whoa, a Black Dragon form forced to use out just to move back. As for recall, opening up again. Okay, reverse time, pulling BTR Vivian in, but Chinchao is being the one here, have to be full on defensive time journey. But again, it doesn't really help that much, trying to barge in with Violet, trying to help, and Chinchao leaving that 1 HP, needs to go back, needs to regen. And Vivian is just a menace here.
That's right. And Caramel even being forced to not having her space here to roam around to get something, and Violet being dived in by the side of this brethren. The pressure that they got is just undeniable. And GPX Basreng, this is the slower they will try to get to catch up, because it's everywhere. Bigetron Era is just controlling the map. They're inside of their jungle. They're taking the neutral jungle here. They are trying to push back. Even Vivian having 114, 5 participation, 100% participation over all the kills that happen.
Okay, trying to jump in again. Astral Eco following up with a nice vision, but sadly, Bigetron Era didn't really want to fully commit onto that, because they know that they need to have more control of the map, pushing it forward, and even just trying to finish out the turret right in the middle. Even the item builds that can give out. So far, Bigetron Era gets more cool, and we can see it's all out in the Brody with a lot of penetration, but going in again. Final slash, Vivian is being a target here front, and a decimation taking everything down. Even with the Astral Eco revealing 5 locations, they would still have to have a nice defense.
You know what? Even Caramel's item is being like stopped there by Vivian. Even compared to the Vivian already have 2 items, so for Caramel is going for the second item. But Funi right now will be chased down by Vival right here. A little bit of reverse time, but Chinchao finishing off the Berserker's Fury, finally able to try to put something. But look at that, what the Astral Eco is being opened up and trying to go for Chinchao's here. Chinchao still trying to dealing some damage, but not for so long. Still Chinchao will be taken in the hand of Fumi here from Bigetron Era.
But
and Shell in the mid lane.
Getting in again, Violet trying to find a bit of a violence, but still is able to move back. Bit of a stun there, and Vivian is still on the hunt for the Arlet. Bit of a slow from the Astral Recall from Chinzy, but then again, it's still a bit of a free, and ooh, that damage is just given off good vibes and needs to move back, because the Lord is definitely a free one for Bigetron Era.
It's like 2 HPs more before they're taking a food that they're coming from the side of Team Bigetron era. But GPX Basreng now holding up with all of the teams right now. 5,000 gold leads here by Bigetron era. GPX really struggled to even catch up with the levels here. From Bigetron era, it's all double digits level, but from the side of GPX, sometimes it's just like still have a Violet and also Tall that is still level 9. So they really need to catch up with this one. Even Chicho is level 10. While for Chal is already level 12. So it's an EXP gap along with the item gap. But now, with the Astral that is being opened towards GPX side, they still want to dive in. They still want to go for more. But Violet is pretty low. And Bigetron able to secure the turret on the outside of the mid lane. Now, the Lord is watching on the top lane while the rest of the player coming from Bigetron era still diving in the bottom lane. These try to hold the high ground and Chinchao needs to get back to the base first, try to heal first before jumping into the next one, because I do feel they really need to put a lot of potentially movement towards Bigetron era. And now Chinchao looking for back position here. Vival dealing tons of damage, to be honest, to the side of GPX Basreng, but look at that for Black Shoes being forcefully open. Caramel able to secure over Fumi, but not for so long because it will be exchanged into the other one here from the side of GPX. 3 members down from GPX, but they are still holding their ground, still trying to push back Bigetron era and not diving too far to the side of GPX. And that Fumi being eliminated, being picked off just now. But in exchange for 3 good trades here, it was a jungler, a gold laner, and also an XP laner. But now, the mid lane Chal was receiving quite a lot of damage here, a huge one, and forcing the rest of the player coming from the side of Bigetron era to get back after getting the base turret in the mid lane.
Oh ho ho! That Novaria is just nasty! Bursting down onto 3 people just like that. And wow, so far, Bigetron era is just waiting for the right moment, waiting for maybe the Lord. The second one would be a pretty good one, a 40-second Lord. It would be quite interesting.
It is an interesting movement coming from the side of Team Bigetron era. They're just not stopping their movement towards GPX. GPX was catching their breath, trying to get something, but not for so long. Vival diving in, trying to push everyone from GPX Basreng and even holding on and forcing a time journey to be opened that early?
Oh, that's just too expensive, my guy. Oh, that's just too much. Because that the Lord is going to respawn in like 5 seconds, if they're going to contest that, that is just too risky. Because of that time journey popped up quite early, they weren't able to do so.
And now, with the items that they have, and the Lord that is uncontested by GPX Basreng, definitely Bigetron era will try to aim for clearing this game below 15 minutes. But is it going to be the case here? With the ability of the Lilia, it's maybe still have the chance to clear off the minion, but with those leads from Bigetron era, it might be quite hard for GPX to holding on.
Okay, trying to find a great way here. Holding on again from GPX. They're just trying to find a great way and a great move because they need to have that defense on. Again, remembering that the evolved Lord is going to march in right in the middle.
Yeah, Lord that is marching in the middle, and the wave that is quite far from the bottom, and also the Vival that is coming in as well. Are they going to be doing the taunt here, trying to pull back the players from GPX Basreng, but the base turret in the bottom lane will be taken down directly on the head of Bigetron era, but Vival will be going in and trying to get a mega kill right there, and not stopping that. The time journey, the Lord will be taken care of, but Vival, it's dropping low and will be eliminated, shut down in the head of Caramel.
Okay, I thought that it would be an instant end from Bigetron era, but that was the moment where they are trying to defend it very well, trying to find it a very good way also.
Yeah, I think like they are able to secure something here, trying to get maybe a little bit of revenge, maybe trying to slowing down the tempo, slowing down the things. Maybe they want to get some revenge. But this shutdown actually exchanging quite a lot of gold for Caramel to try to catch up with the differences. Because if they're able to closing up the gate or maybe having the some item, maybe Caramel, maybe we're able to get something. Oh, Total Park Memory!
Oh, even the Total Park Memory and that Wind of Nature is just right on time. But then again, Vivian eyes all in Chinchao, but it's just an all-out war here, trying to suppress Vivian to get to Chinchao. It's a very clear and a nice move to try to get into. And Bigetron Era is just pushing in on which way to follow. Even though Novaria gets the blue buff, it will just be an instant all-out mana war here. Getting ready for that, getting to suppress that already. But okay, getting Vivol right in the front line, trying to pin down Caramel also, but it's so far just a skirmish things out.
Okay, and now it's 16 minutes into the game, 5 to the 10 here with 7,000 gold lead. Suddenly, it's not that far for the gap here. It was maybe 11,000 or 12,000 gold difference, but now with Chow already holding on into the blade of this way, it might be going for something more and something bigger here.
Okay.
Well, GPX, now they are like very cautious over the things that they want to do inside of the Blade of Dawn. They cannot let one single mistake because they don't have any single base turrets left. So they really want to get the Lord, but it's not going to be that easy.
And even though it's zoned out pretty well by Fumi here, even with the Yuzhang with Immortality, it would be a very hard thing to budge in. But Tal, it's just very, very thin, and Vivian is quite aggressive here. Astral Eco opening up, getting the Lord there for BTR Era. But Immortality has been broken up because Vivian is far too more powerful. Another Conceal popping up again, trying to force in their way onto GPX Basreng. But then again, Bigetron Era has the upper hand.
Bigetron Hera have the upper hand here, have the other ways here to try to push it back towards GPX and GPX being caged without knowing what should they do with the Lord that is marching to the mid lane of GPX. Basreng is a little bit too much here. They must be having a proper way to stop the movement from the Lord, but it's not gonna be that easy because it's 17 minutes inside of the left of town. Now Funi need to work their way. Fumi with the dragon, black dragon form, but Funi with that skills with that astrals.
Okay, going in, Black Dragon form diving in also with that Lord there, tried to pull it out with the final slash, slagging out again, but Fumi is just too powerful, jumping into the backline, and even Jinchao still has to survive from that because of the Wind of Nature. Vivol, on the other hand, is being in the front line, but then again, Shell securing that double kill, being in the front line. Vivol with Immortality bombing up again, but it is just too much for the turret and also the Bruno. Total Park Memory getting in, but Bigetron Era is being the one to secure the first point of match number 3.
Oh my god, that last moment, people was dragging the attention, chasing to let the rest of player of GPX to chase her down while they're inside.
Well, we're going to see again how these things played out with the match's highlight. Here, Vivian tried to kind of zone out a lot of players here from GPX Basreng, but then again, being the tides taken over for them is the moment where they can just turn down. Where this, in the final way, they tried to get in with the Lord, trying to budge in again with the first one. But GPX Basreng has that defensive high ground. No matter how much of them burst down, they are still eliminated. And the way that Chinny just tries to aim that much, it's just so well, matches so well on how to be a mage sniper.
The Chinvaria is just like so crazy, you know.
It's Chinlian, it's Chinvaria now.
Chinvaria. I'm changing her into every single mage on the Land of Dawn.
Basically the embodiment of every mage right now. It's not
because
even
she is like that.
Yeah.
She's just like the goddess of the mage here, and she knows how to control it back really well. And especially if it's like a positioning hero. I do like how Shinny play with those kind of things. Look at this one. Actually, the HP bar for every single player of Bigetron is low, unless it's a Chal and Shinzi. But they are. Vivo was distracting, right?
Yeah.
Vivo was distracting. She was being picked up. The Astral was there, and it's like, okay, let's go for it. let's go for it because it's like 2 versus 4 despite it's like a very low HP from the opponent. But this is the match MVP. Sinvaria here with 100% KP, 2-0 and 11. GPM 624 with that. Enchanted Talisman,
Lightning
Lightning
Transient,
Transient, Holy Crystal, Divine Glaive, and also Penetration Shears.
Okay, so far, these are the items that bought in and is the one who brought into the match as the match MVP. And so far, Chinny has been doing a very great thing. But remember, this is a global ban situation. You wouldn't see Chinzy using that Novaria again. And let's not forget, more of an honorable mention like Shell and also Vivian, they tried to zone out pretty well. Shell tried to give out a lot more damage, but then again, it has to scale up during time. But for Vivian, I really like how Vivian tries to budge in, not just only in the turrets, not just only in the bushes, but mostly in everything. It was so aggressive and it was so independent. Even no one from GPS Basreng was able to shut her down unless it was a team fight move.
Yeah. And even like Violet was trying so hard, right, to distract the player from Bigetron.